Here's a quick little brief run through on how the system works. So after launching the GPT, if you get a brief, let's say from your client, whether it's an email or something they typed up, whatever the brief would be, even a PDF, first thing I would do is click on this thing, assess this created brief for readiness. When you click on that, so it's prompting you to please paste in or upload a client brief. So I'm going back with my simple brief, which is this. Hit that. So now it gives you a quick little audit. Who's the brand, who's the client. So right now there's nothing in there. Agency, product name, nothing. And then what it does is it gives this structured brief of what is being created, who is it for, strategic purpose, desired audience shift, where will it appear, and known execution details. So there's a lot of unknowns. And at the bottom, it gives you kind of like a commercial readiness summary. This is to know whether or not it's ready, what the score is, so you could actually give a cost. And then underneath that is a production readiness, how soon you can actually make it. So a lot of questions here. So it's telling you a score of 0 out of 1 or 2. And here are some questions that the GPT would need to get this score higher, let's say to a 10. So let's just go through some of these questions. What are the required runtimes? All right, let's just quickly answer this. Let's say the runtimes would be about, let's say, 90 seconds each. And just 16 by 9, and just MP4. Okay. Will these footages involve live action? No, just animation. Assets will be provided by client. Say end of each month, starting in, let's say, July. Who are decision makers? Let's say just Mike. Let's see, that's only one person. And rounds of approval, and let's say 2 rounds. What platform? Let's say just LinkedIn. Since I would say phases over time, sequentially. All right, so answer some questions. It's going to review the overview. 7 out of 10. So there's certain things still not specified. Who is it for? Desired shift in the audience, etc. So that's actually going to be asked here. So more clarifying questions. Okay, let's say the 30th of each month. Starting July. Let's see. When will, let's say they gave it already. They gave them, they will give all assets once once project is awarded. Okay. After the 2 rounds, will any addition require others? Minor tweaks like color and some time remap is okay, but if beyond that, full redesign or concept, we need to adjust time and cost. Will all 5 videos have a similar production complexity? Yes. Yes. Mostly type and motion GFX. All right, so just things that we didn't answer is who is it for? Maybe that's needed, maybe it's not, depending on where you are, whether you're an agency or a production house or an editorial. Maybe you don't need to know that information or even the desired shift. Since the script and everything will be given to you. So it's 9 out of 10. Let's see what, is there a, oh, here we go. Okay, let's answer this. Let's say people in the political leadership circles. Okay. Are these videos intended primarily for awareness? For awareness. All right. So that actually will answer our brief. So all this has been updated. We don't have the brand or the client yet, but we can also, you can always have GPT fill that in. But now at least we have our actual brief fully filled in. Now we have a 10 out of 10 score. Production-wise, we have a 9 out of 10. Let's see, what question are productions? Beyond awareness, should viewers be encouraged towards discussion? Yes. Yes, there will be a call to action to subscribe to newsletter. Okay, so now that you have this, now this is great. This is 10 out of 10, production ready. Okay. Next step is, let's say, now that you have this, let's say you want to have a rough schedule, you know. Based on this, can you give me a rough baseline schedule? So what this does is, again, here's the feasibility engine. It gives you the kickoff date, since we are delivering at the end of each month. So here's phases, video 2, just telling all the stuff, revisions 1, revision 2, lock, etc. So again, this is basic. And what's great about this, you can copy and paste this into any calendar that has a start and end date, and it'll create you the calendar itself. What's cool about this is it also gives you a milestones calendar, and I think for a lot of producers this is great because you just want to show the client when you're posting to them. So this gives you that as well, separate from a production schedule. And then here is a baseline staffing model. So if you need a producer, motion graphics designer, an editor, creative director, these are the start dates and end dates, rates. Again, these can change. Gives you this much, feasibility notes in here. So let's see, based on based on this, I need a proposal and the rough estimate of project. So it gives you a proposal, the scope of work. Again, this is all based on the proper brief, so there shouldn't be anything added into that. Let's see. There is the estimated budget based on the crew list that we have and their dates and their daily rates. Great. And then let's say the last thing maybe you probably need would be so create a contract. Service agreement. Here it is, project description, scope of services, project timeline, review and approval process, the fees, change orders if there's scopes, client governance, governing law. So again, very basic contract, but again, all this stuff is, we built this thing basically because there are times when we would get, again, a very vague brief, and then they would like to, let's say, know a rough estimate within the day. And of course, as every producer knows, it gets a little bit challenging when you end up going, well, there's a lot of questions I don't know, and then you end up calling them or they don't reply back, and you're kind of scrambling on these questions. At least with this, you can get all the questions prepped and ready, and then send just one big questionnaire to answer and get this thing all done. And we've done this with a couple of clients already, so we know it does work. And if you have any questions, you can DM me and let me know what you think or any thoughts on how to improve.